In less than 21 days, my stress and anxiety lessened with the dream method. 21 days. Wow. Actually, it was a little bit quicker than that. I realised stress and anxiety were really dropping off of me. And there's a bit of a story behind this. I had a traumatic childhood and I became a professional musician after going into the sales world, realising it was a bunch of sharks and didn't like it at all. So I became a professional musician, got to a good standard, playing with great musicians, and we used to improvise on stage, and these improvisations became an amazing meditation for me. And that was really my meditation at that point in time. That was outside of all the partying and the partying and the more partying, and then making music. It was a wild time. It was great fun. But I realised the meditations were such an important part of for me in those improvised moments, because I could get lost in that moment 100%. I loved it. It was fantastic. So I started to get a little bit stressed and anxious, and still carrying that trauma, when my music career started to fade, when the rock genre was starting to be moved away, come out of the music business, and there was more sort of dancey, sort of electronic sort of feel to the music. Around the time Prince was complaining about listening to drum machines. And so my music career started to fade. I started to get a little bit jaded and angry, and I found Qigong. I started to do the Qigong exercises, and I realised focusing my mind on my body and my breath just for that moment, that's all I had to do at that moment. That really melted away my stress and anxiety very, very quickly. And I realised it was all in the mind. So after doing some training for about 15 years, I came up with the dream method. This is how I did this step by step to actually make this work for me. How can I share that with people to make it work for them? So that's why I created the dream method. And I realised within 21 days, you can, probably quicker than that. Most people who go on the dream method, within 2 weeks, their stress and anxiety levels tend to drop very quickly. And they start to feel, oh, this is where my trauma is. So I need to work on my trauma. And that's where we go with the dream method, with the one-to-one coaching. Fascinating stuff, working on yourself, especially when you have a mentor. So if you want to try that, you can click the link below. That's where you can see the webinar on the dream method, and it will work for you if you want it to work for you. It's your intention is everything. Your intention and action equals healing. Intention plus action equals healing. That's important for you to realize that. Click the link below, go through to the webinar, and you'll see what the dream method can do for you. It's not for everybody, I must admit that. So you'll have to book a call with me to speak with me to see if this is going to work for you. If it's not going to work for you, then I won't take you on if I feel it's not going to work for you. But if your intention is good and you want to go forward, it's really designed for highly sensitive people and empaths and people on the spiritual journey, trying to fathom out how to retune their system to gain this higher knowledge that we're all able to accept and receive. And it's a wonderful thing, because you suddenly speak in these wise ways that you never thought you could speak like. So that's the dream method. Click the link below, go to the webinar, see if it's for you. If it is, I'll see you on the other side. If it isn't, I'll see you in the next video. Either way is fine with me. Anyway, be well, keep shining.